Hello friends, this is Saurabh Dwivedi. I welcome you at Adbhut Learning's YouTube channel. Friends, my title is Grassland and it covers under the current affairs. So let's start. Friends, as you know, the grassland and the questions maybe can ask in mains like they discuss the role of grassland in food security. See, अब जैसा कि आप जानते हैं कि फूड सिक्योरिटी में ग्रासलैंड का क्या रोल हो सकता है और इस रोल को समझने के लिए हम लोग अभी आगे डिस्कशन में जाएंगे। बट एक चीज़ आप यहाँ ध्यान रखिए कि आज की डेट में जैसे अगर देखा जाए कि कोरोना जैसी पैंडेमिक चल रही है एंड दिस पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन एवरी नेशन इज़ लुकिंग फॉर द फूड सिक्योरिटी ऑफ देयर ओन नेशन बिकॉज every I can say the economic activity has been stopped, let's say, or not been in regular form. So this is the main problem. If a country is not procured the food, the grains for their netizens, then there will be a problem. So in this particular situation, how a grassland will play a role for the entire citizen of their own nation and as well for the entire world. So this is the main question and the entire discussion will be in further slides. Let's say next is our prelims question. Here I framed a question that is match the following: Veld, Steppe, Pampas, Llanos. Answer of this prelims question will be possible after the discussion of this chapter. Okay. Here I shown a grassland of the world map, and this map shows the entire grassland which are sparsely distributed in the continent of the different North in America, worlds. South America. You can observe where the in African continent and Central Asian and European continent as well as the Australian continent. Here prairies are in the North America, pampas are in South America. You can see here in savanna in African continent, veld in South African part, steppes are in Central Europe or in Central Asian part, and savanna is in these equatorial region, and pampas are in New Zealand and Australia. Here the definition is it is a type of habitat or biome which is dominated by the grasses and other herbaceous flowering plant and variety of scattered trees and bushes. They are natural grassland. It means what? The grasslands are those habitats or biomes which are dominated by the grasses and other herbaceous flowering plant. They are in number of varieties but sparsely distributed. They are scattered trees and having a bushes. Another thing is that they may be defined by the rainfall basis. Means where are they, the rainfall in their numbers occur, accordingly the grasslands grows, and few are anthropogenic grassland which are maintained by human being. Next is types of grassland. Here there are two types of grassland on the basis of their phenomena. First is tropical grassland. When we discuss about the tropical grassland, they are located near the equator between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. They are found in the interior part of continents, maybe in between the tropical rainforest and tropical desert. They are also known as tropical savanna. Here maybe they are wet or dry climatic conditions they have. And the important part is that the average annual rainfall is 100 centimeter or below 100 centimeter, you can say. In that they grow. There are less in numbers and sparsely distributed. They are the characteristics of them. Another discussion is tropical and subtropical grassland, savanna and shrubs land. It is on the basis of WW. They are located in semi-arid and semi-humid climatic region of subtropical and tropical latitude. Their rainfall varies 90 to 150 centimeter annually. The variability in soil moistures is found. Savanna are with the scattered trees and like acacia and baobab. Shrubland are dominated by woody and herbaceous shrubs. And large mammals are inhabited. Africa is a rich source of the fauna. Fauna means the animals. They are rich in it. Now, the tropical grasslands are grows in winter season, are mainly they are known as dry and known as savanna. They are found mainly in the grassland of Brazil's highland like Orinoco basins in South America, Zaire basin of Africa, highlands of eastern Africa, North Australia and New Zealand. These grasses are thick, rugged and long. Their length may be vary from between 1 meter to 8 meter, and their length get shorter near desert, means as they will nearer to the desert, their length will be lessen. Another thing is that they are lacking in nutrition. So the animal husbandry like cows and buffaloes are getting reared here. Next is like temperate grassland, savanna and shrubland. They have predominant in vegetation of as grasses and shrubs. Their climate is temperate and semi-arid to semi-humid. Varies in temperature and species they are found. They are devoid of trees except for riparian and gallery. Forests associated with the stream and river, rich in nutrient and minerals. Fauna are large grazing mammals, carnivores and birds. They are their own characteristics related with the temperate grassland and savanna and shrublands, because जो इनकी सिचुएशन होती है वो थोड़ा सा, आप टेम्परेट रीजन को अगर आप जानते होंगे मैप में, यहाँ आप थोड़ा सा ऑब्जर्व कर सकते हैं कि इक्वेटर से ऊपर और जाने पर हम जो 40s के आसपास ये हमें मिलता है, तो ये चीज़ें वहाँ पर देखी जाती है। नेक्स्ट है हमारा टेम्परेट ग्रासलैंड के विषय में, जैसे कि दे आर लोकेटेड इन मिड लैटिट्यूड, north of Tropic of Cancer and south of Tropic of Capricorn. They lie in between desert and temperate forest. It have temperate continental climate which is cooler than savanna. They have warm humid summers with an average temperature like 18 degrees Celsius and cool dry winters with an average temperature 10 degrees Celsius. Their average annual rainfall is varied in between 25 to 75 centimeter. These grasses are more nutritious than the tropical one, as because of them the feedstock animal and help in animal rearing. Another is the flooded grassland and the savanna. They are located at subtropical and tropical latitude, flooded seasonally or yearly rounded. Run of Kutch like example for in India and Pakistan. Zambian are the flooded example. They support numerous plant and animal. It supports the migratory and resident water birds along with the reptiles and amphibians. Temperature is warm with nutrient soil here. Here they are the flooded grassland and savanna. Their characteristics are different from other grasses in the description of grassland. Now you can see here that in the description of types of grassland, on the basis of area of temperate grassland, here they are found mainly in prairies in North America, as I show you the map in earlier slides. वहाँ पर आपने देखा था prairies in North America में, steppes in Central Asia में, pampas in South America में, veld in Africa में, Canterbury grassland in New Zealand, Murray-Darling basin in Australia. So they were the areas I show you on the first map of the entire grassland. So they are the temperate grassland. Another is mountain grassland and shrubland. They are located above the trees, tree line, known as alpine tundra. Another flora and fauna have striking adaptation of cool and wet conditions एंड इंटेंस सनलाइट, क्योंकि यहाँ पर आपको पता होगा कि माउंटेन्स पर एक इंटेंस सनलाइट आती रहती है, जिसकी वजह से एक वेट एंड कूल एडाप्टेशन का एक इन्वायरमेंट वहाँ पर बना रहता है और अकॉर्डिंगली वहाँ के ऐसा फौना या फ्लोरा वहाँ पर डेवलप होते हैं, as they are found in Tibetan Plateau in Central Asia. This is the example. If you wish to see the mountain grassland and shrubland, you can visit the Tibetan Plateau in Central Asia. And Eastern Himalayan alpine meadows, they are in South Central Eurasia. If you visit South Central Eurasia, you will observe these mountain grassland and shrublands in this area. So these types of grassland what I discussed here, like area of temperate grassland, I told you in first previous map, and another is mountain grassland and shrubland. So these are the further description and categorization of types of grasses. Now the economic benefit of these grasslands, आपको यहाँ पर इसके इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट को सबसे ज़्यादा समझने की यहाँ ज़रूरत है, क्योंकि जो हमारा प्रश्न था, अगर आप शुरुआत में हमने देखा था कि कैसे फूड सेफ्टी या सिक्योरिटी जो वर्ड की है उसको ये बना के रख सकती है, इसलिए इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट्स को यहाँ पर अंडरस्टैंडिंग हमें इसकी होनी चाहिए। ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ जियोलॉजिकल क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस, किस प्रकार से अभी तक हमने ये स्टडी किया कि ग्रासलैंड डेवलप होते हैं, इधर में भी दे आर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ टेम्परेट एंड आर ट्रॉपिकल. फॉर एन एग्जाम्पल प्रेरीज, आई टोल्ड यू इन द मैप, प्रेरीज कहाँ है, अभी मैंने बताया था थोड़ी देर पहले कि दे आर इन नॉर्थ अमेरिकन कंटिनेंट, स्पेशली दे आर इन द USA एंड द बॉर्डर ऑफ कनाडा, मीन्स कनाडा एंड USA दोनों के पूरे सेंट्रल पार्ट में प्रेरीज पाई जाती हैं. दे आर नोन एज एन ग्रैनरीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, मीन्स इनको गेहूं का कटोरा या अनाज का कटोरा हिंदी में कहा जाता है, ग्रैनरीज ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, ड्यू टू ह्यूज सरप्लस ऑफ व्हीट प्रोडक्शन, क्योंकि यहाँ पर सबसे ज़्यादा मात्रा में व्हीट यानी गेहूं का प्रोडक्शन होता है. These grasslands are also rich for dairy farming. Many of the countries are involved in dairy farming, maybe in prairie region, steppe region, or velds, or in the savanna region, or in the pampas region or llanos region. Dairy products they produced and export in other countries. Another is food processing. After huge production of like wheat, another grains are also produced, so they require the food processing industry. So this is a very good industry for food processing. Another is like example given here, velds. In velds the fertility is I told you good. They grows maize, wheat, barleys, oats and potatoes. Cash crops like tobacco and sugarcane, cotton also are grown. Another thing very important is that sheep rearing. They rear the sheep, uses their hairs for further development. And a very important in grassland you can observe the honey collection. Honey bees are settled and honey collection is being seen in these regions. Here I show you a chart that shows the grassland region, like downs type of grassland are found in Australia, pampas in South America, prairies in North America, savanna in Africa and Australia, selvas in South America, steppes in Europe, taiga in Europe and Asia, veld in South Africa, llanos in Venezuela, pustage in Hungary, Canterbury in New Zealand. So I told you here about all the grasslands, and you can remind the question which I put in prelims question. Now you can see or visit that question, and now you will be able to give the answer, right? So this is the chapter related with the grassland which I discussed here. Thank you very much.